Hello and welcome to Insights. This is Harikumar. Of late, there are many takers for the point of view that the West and India have come closer and India is slowly drifting away from Russia. Is this true? Let us discuss. Right from the onset, let me tell you that it is difficult to answer this question in binaries. It's not purely black and white. There are many gray areas in the answer. While it is true that India and the West have come closer on certain fronts, India and the West have not come closer on many other areas. And India and the Russia relations continue to be strong as ever. The time tested bonds between India and Russia remain as strong as ever. That is the truth. So let us look into it one by one. It is true that India and the West have come closer, especially on the economic front. For example, if you look at the trade relations between India and the United States, they are the most vibrant. In fact, United States is the topmost export destination of India. Even though the annual trade between India and China is almost the same, that is heavily in favor of China. But India US trade is in favor of India, so India benefits a lot from it. The same is with, if you look into India's trade or India's relations with France or United Kingdom or even Germany, you find so many technological collaborations between these European Union countries or UK and the US and India. So India and these countries are benefiting and have come closer. But is this because of any innate friendship, genuine urge to become friends? It's not necessarily, because this is out of necessity. These relations are symbiotic relations. India is the biggest market in the world at present, and some say it is bigger than even China. So there is a huge middle class in India. India is a democracy. There is a well evolved judicial system. So it is easier for the Western countries to deal with India. That is why, after delaying for so many years, Apple has established its significant presence in India. And both India and Apple have started benefiting out of it. If you look at the technology transfer between India and the United States, on military front, they are quite unprecedented. For example, the jet engine technology, which is possessed only by a handful of nations like the US, or France, the United Kingdom, and generally European Union. Now India has been able to pressurize United States to sign a deal to transfer the technology of a jet engine. And India and France are jointly developing a new jet engine, and the importance of it is the power of it, the new engine is scalable. That means it can be increased. So on different fronts, the technology transfer which the United States was never willing earlier, now United States has even yielded to the demand of India on the technology transfer, which earlier only the erstwhile Soviet Union was willing. So these all aspects prove that India and the West are definitely coming closer on technology as well as economy. And another factor that encourages the West to enter into technology deals or improve trade relations with India is India is considered perhaps as the biggest market in the world. Some even calculate that within a decade, India is going to overtake China. So the West cannot simply ignore India. So here is a market which is growing at over 6% or nearly 6.5%. And the West can invest in India and reap returns, and this is the right time. India has got a stable political system, except for the small disturbances along the border in Kashmir and sporadic certain incidents of violence in some states in Manipur, some states in northeast like Manipur. India is comparatively has got a very stable political system, and of late there is continuity of administration, governance at the center. There is a well-evolved judiciary, and all this makes it easier for the West to deal with India, whereas China is a one-party country, almost an autocratic system. The judiciary is heavily in favor of or influenced by the ruling party. So, for the West, there is always some amount of fear when dealing with China. So, investing in India will reap financial benefits for the Western investors who are looking for the right destination to invest and to get benefits. So, all these make India a very attractive destination for Western investors. And the second thing is India is drifting away from Russia? Absolutely not. Even now, Russia continues to be the most trusted partner of India. You look at the import of oil from Russia by India, both nations are benefiting, despite the sanctions implemented by the West. India has been bold to import, to continue, and in fact, earlier it was not importing to this scale from Russia. Earlier, Russian oil constituted a very insignificant part of India's imports, whereas now Russia is the topmost import destination for oil for India. So India has not been influenced by Western sanctions or Western opinions following Russia-Ukraine war. And India has not outrightly dismissed war. India has not outrightly criticized Russia. India still takes almost a neutral stand, and India still supports Russia on several strategic issues. So this is becoming very clear. Even though India started a very friendly relations with Armenia near Russia, suddenly of late we find that India has been silent on the latest Azerbaijan attack or Azerbaijan actions in a disputed province, and the ouster of thousands of Armenians, ethnic Armenians from that area. It is definitely because of the Russia's support or at present for the Azerbaijan. So all this makes things very clear. It is a fallacy. It is foolish to think that India has moved away from Russia. Russia-India relations are time-tested. It's not just between government and government. If you go anywhere in India and ask the public, you would definitely find that the public support is more in favor of Russia than United States. Though of late there are many people who support United States in certain actions, but people in India think that Russia is India's friend and not United States because of the past actions of United States in supporting Pakistan and refusing to support India even when there was a war between India and China. So at present, the bogey of China is threatening the West, and the West now definitely needs to come closer to India. So it is in the strategic interests of the West as well as India to come closer. However, we need to remember, we need to consider, take into account that of late Indian diplomatic missions, Indian embassies, as well as Indian consulates in United States, in Canada, and in United Kingdom have come under attack from Khalistani terrorists, and the West has not done many things to prevent it. In the guise of or on the facade of freedom of expression, the Khalistani separatists and terrorists are still roaming scot free in the West. And the West is not willing to take strong action, peremptory action against these separatist and terrorist groups. So they are treating these terrorists with in a soft way. There is a soft approach for the left, for the West. But if it was done against Western diplomats in any other country, the West would definitely have, or the hell would have broken out. So it is very clear that the West and the India political relations are yet to share the amount of warmth which is expected between two friends. So the relations between India and the West are coming closer. It is true they are becoming friendlier, but there is a long way to go for both groups. It is at present, it is the threat of China that is encouraging or prompting the West to support India. And in the coming days, perhaps there is a chance that India and the West will come very close. But as of now, they are only business partners. We have to wait for some more time, and the relation is evolving only. Let us wait for it. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye and namaskar.